All right, welcome everyone to our second round of our Lemonade Brigade Director Bound. We are meeting for the next 6 weeks. The dates are posted on our group. So if you need a reminder, you can go ahead and put those in your calendar. And I personally use, well, as of like last month, use a digital calendar, and Google, the Google Calendar app sends me a notification 30 minutes before, and you can also save the Zoom link. So if maybe you have trouble finding it every week or something like that, we are doing something different. If you were with us for the first round, we're using the exact same link every time. So there's not going to be a new link every week. It's just the same link. So you can save that into your like calendar or whatever. And when it sends you a reminder, it will send you the link as well. There is one date, the week of Thanksgiving. We are obviously not meeting on Thanksgiving Day. We are meeting the Monday before that. So that is the 25th, I believe. So there will be an adjustment. We'll be meeting on the 21st and the 25th, but that's to give you, we're running in between holidays right now. So we're not going to like take up your time. We want to end before Christmas. So this is our first call. It is a little bit of a longer call because we are going over some requirements, expectations, things like that. And then we're going to kind of get into some other information. So all of you are here because obviously it's called Director Bound. At some point you are wanting to grow your business and promote to a director with Pampered Chef. Can I like go ahead and say like that is a good assumption? Like that is why we're here, right? So good. Okay, I saw Savannah say yes. So here's the deal. Let's talk about first of all, just the basic requirements to become a director with Pampered Chef. So the first thing is that the month that you promote, you need to have at least $750 in personal sales. I will tell you right now that it usually takes around $2,500 because your team as a whole needs about 5,000, or they don't need about, they need 5,000 or more in sales to promote, and that's you and your team as a whole. And usually the leader does about half of that. And we've had leaders who have done more, and that's great, but we really want to aim for that 2,500 or more mark in your business. So that is why we say 10 parties or more the month that you are promoting. So like I said, your team as a whole needs 5,000 in sales to hit that promotion, and you need 5 team members. Now this is you plus 5. Now, all 5 team members do not have to be your personal recruits, okay? So they could be like, you could have 4 and then 1 of them could recruit somebody, or you could have 3 and 2 of them could recruit, or it could be any combination of 5, okay? But they all have to be active with at least 150 in sales, okay? So the 5 team members, the 5,000 in team sales, everyone active with 150 at least, and then the leader has to have at least 750 in sales. And like we said, we really aim for that 2,500 because, as leader, you're going to be leading. And so you're going to be having most of the team sales in the beginning for sure. So you've worked hard to get to this point. So let's talk about what are the benefits, okay? And there are a lot of benefits of being a director, of being a leader with Pampered Chef. And the one that I think of I guess off the top of my head, because people are really working towards it, this last month and a half, is that you have to earn less incentive points for trips. Okay, so directors, right now as a consultant, senior consultant, and team leader, you would need to earn 56,000 points to earn Disney. And as a director, you would need to earn 52,000. And of course, that goes up with levels. I think the next level that it changes is executive, and it goes down to like 35,000. So less incentive trip points are required. You get 250 Pampered Chef dollars to spend on anything you want. If you don't know what Pampered Chef dollars are, it's like a gift certificate. They put it into your account, and you can just go use it. You can use it on business supplies. You can use it on products. You can use it really on anything you want. So that's just nice to have. And let's see here. You get $100 in professional development. So if you were to go to a training or sign up for an online training, there are tons out there, leadership trainings. There are people who put on like trainings about how to sell things and all this stuff. So you get 100 professional development dollars, and you go to the training, I don't know, get a form, you get something like an email that says you showed up, and then you can send that into Pampered Chef, and they will reimburse you $100. That also goes up as you promote in levels. So that's just great to have. I learned the hard way, you cannot use that on professional development books. Last year I spent $100 on professional development books. I sent in my paperwork, and they were like, sorry, has to be a training, not books. I'm still getting a lot out of the books though. So, I mean, it wasn't bad. 3% pay increase on personal sales. So instead of starting off at 20%, you are now starting off at 23% on your personal sales, and that's from the beginning. And then you also get a 3% increase on team sales. So at senior consultant, it's 1%, at team leader, it's 2%, at director, it is 3%, and that's on your entire team sales. And it adds up, especially once you've really got your team going and you're working with them. You also get a $10 activity bonus for every person who is active with 150 on your team. So if you have 4 people active on your team with at least 150 in sales, then that is $10 per person. That's $40. And you know, that's just a nice little bonus that you get. And then the last one, I always say this. I think I said it last time, and I think I say it with every single person who I work with to promote. And somehow it is forgotten, and it's so much fun when you forget and then remember. You get what's called director boxes. Gayleen can tell you that they're really fun when they just show up at your doorstep. Because I do say that it's a fun little benefit, but because it takes so much work to promote and everything, people forget. And then it's really exciting because once you promote, you get the current season's products, all of them, sent to your house, and they just show up, and it's like Christmas, and you get to keep them. So if you earn the free-for-all, like we're working towards this month, and you were to promote, or well, actually every director, if you're in good standing, you get the director boxes every season. So you earn free-for-all, you get all those products, and then as a director, they send you all the products again. My mom loves that because I give her all of the extras that I get. So I want to ask you a couple of questions, and I want you to type them into the chat. Okay, so the chat, if you're on your phone, you have to hit participants and then chat. And if you're on your computer, it should just say chat. So I want you to just answer this. Why do you want to promote to director with Pampered Chef? And just go ahead and type it in the chat for us. The fast track bonus, lower points for Disney, a leader in support for others, director waxes, move up in money. Yes, so like all of these things are great. Like Lisa touched on something I want to talk about in just a second. Fast track, the money, the leadership, my house. That's exciting, Hannah. Provide consistently for my family and for others. So if you're looking at these, and we all probably have more than one reason that we want the promotion. But if you're looking at your reason, we're going to be going into this more later on about your vision and your why. And just, it changes all the time. I feel like my why changes every time I think about it. But yeah, like the money, the trip points, helping others, becoming a leader, all of those, like being able to support your family and save, are all fantastic reasons why. And I want you to think about that, like when it gets hard, because it's going to, you're going to have disappointments. There are going to be times that like things don't work out, and that's normal. That has happened to every single person on this call who has promoted already. And it's really hard to kind of go through that and think that it's still going to happen. If you've heard my story about when I promoted, I messaged Becky Baxter so many times, this isn't going to happen. I just don't see it. There's no way. Let's just go for it next month. And she kept telling me it's going to happen. You don't know what the last 3 days of the month hold. You just don't know. And let me tell you, we promoted on the last day of the month. And it was, I couldn't see it, but she could. And so I want you to know that every single leader on here, it doesn't matter who you're working with, they're going to be able to see it. And they're going to send you that encouragement because they're going to remember what you posted over here. And they're going to remind you of that. Hey, remember, you've almost earned Disney. Hey, remember that house that you want to build. So make sure that you remember that. Now, I want to ask you a second question, okay? So when you promote with Pampered Chef, you don't promote on the day that your team meets the requirements. You actually promote on the first of the next month. It doesn't matter if your team submits everything on the 5th of the month, your promotion date is still technically the first of the next month. So if you are working to promote in November, then your promotion date would be December 1st. Okay, does everybody kind of understand how that works? Okay, so what I want you to think about now is set a date. Okay, sometimes what was it? They said over the weekend, like a goal without a date. Oh, guys, sorry, my brain is fried. But anyways, I'll have the quote for you. The point is we have to set a date to make this happen. You have to have something to work towards. So in the chat right now, I want you to tell us what your promotion date is. If you're working to promote in this month, it would be December 1st. If you are working to promote in another month, it would be the 1st. Like if you're promoting in November, it'd be December 1st. If you're working to promote in December, it'd be January 1st. Okay. So let's see. December 1st, January 1st, January. Let's see. January. All right. So I think that's everybody. So yes, so Lisa is working, she's mentioned it before, she's working towards that fast track bonus. if you are within your first 90 days, and if you joined, well, I guess if you joined before July 29th, you wouldn't be. If you are in your first 90 days, then you are going to get what these new fast track rewards, okay? So let me explain that to you really quickly, and then we'll get into the what else I have planned. The fast track rewards, if you're in your first 90 days with Pampered Chef, and you promote, meaning you have 5 team members, all active with 150, you have your 750, and your team as a whole has the 5,000, then you are going to get a $500 bonus for doing that, for promoting within your first 90 days. Okay, so the next thing is, like, that's amazing as it is, right? The next thing is, for every recruit in your first 90 days that qualifies, meaning they submit $1,250 in their first 90 days, you're going to get a $100 cash bonus. Okay, so you need at least 5 people, right? And they're saying it could be a $1,500 bonus because let's say you recruited all 5 people, okay? So that would be a $500 bonus. But really, if you think about it, it's unlimited. They haven't put a cap on that. So if you promote, or if you recruit 8 in your first 90 days and they all qualify, that's a $100 cash bonus for each one of those people, okay? The last part of this, it's 3 parts. When you hold your director title, meaning your team submits 5,000 each month, and you submit 750 for each of the next 3 consecutive months. So those of you who are wanting to promote December 1st, it would be December, January, and February. On your February paycheck, you would get another $500 bonus. So really, the least that you can get, I guess, really, if you say that you are recruiting all 5 people, is a $1,500 bonus in your first 90 to 6 months with Pampered Chef. So, I mean, I can think of a lot of things that I could do with $1,500. I can think of a lot of things that I can do with $500. So if you are within the first 90 days, and that is something that you want to work towards, then put it in the chat. In the chat, just say, like, I'm a fast track director with Pampered Chef, and Lisa knows her. She knows her date, because her date is, I think, the 24th or something like that. So, yes, Savannah. Yes, Mackenzie is a fast track director. She knows that bonus is nice. Okay, so let's get into, that was kind of like what I like to call the paperwork. Well, your date is the 18th, but you get through the end of the month. So, yeah, so like if your 90-day end date, like hers is the 18th, they give you to the end of the month, because you don't technically promote until the 1st of the next month anyways. So they give that to you. All right, so we're going to get started. We've got all the paperwork out of the way. I'm sure some of you are like, oh, I didn't understand all of that. That's totally fine. I'm going to tell you how you can ask questions at the end. Okay, so my name, I probably should have started with this. My name is Lindsay McKay. I'm a senior director with Pampered Chef. And I am so excited, if you can't tell, to have this opportunity to work closely with all of you. We have over 200 now on our team, and there is no way that I am able to talk with everyone or get to know everyone. And I love Director Bound because I'm able to work with people outside of my personal team and help you grow as a leader. So we have a wonderful leadership team, and I can say that every single person, I did not know really, some of them, I knew some of them before Pampered Chef, but a lot of them I met because of Pampered Chef. And I'm so thankful that I've been able to form these relationships and friendships with them. So you will be joining a great leadership team. And sorry, I just heard my husband come in. And you will be part of the directors who contribute to the growth and training of our overall team. You'll be hearing from 5 other directors on our leadership team over the next 6 weeks. And just to throw this out there, we will be expecting those of you who promote to contribute to that. I know not everyone is comfortable speaking in front of people or doing things like that, but I promise you, when you grow and stretch yourself, that is where like the real, just like the beauty of becoming a leader happens. And we'll work with you. We do have a script, so some leaders are more nervous than others, and I will say this is probably not my favorite part of being a leader, but it definitely has stretched me and made me grow. So we have a system for each of these promotions. Sometimes you might think, why are they asking me for that? Or they're asking me again for those numbers. But this is a proven system that I have taken from our executive director, Becky Baxter, and our senior executive director, Stephanie Richardson, and we have made it our own. There have been, oh gosh, I think we have 52 promotions, director promotions in 2019 alone. And almost all of them have gone through a director bound. So this is a proven system. And I'm going to ask that you just trust the process. We're not asking you to do anything that we haven't all done before or that we're willing to do in our business now. And sorry. Let's see here. And I'm going to ask for you to be held accountable by your immediate director and by me every single week. So what does that look like? It's going to look like different things for different people, but the big thing is that I ask that if you are going to stay with this program, that you really give it your all. I know, I completely understand things come up and things happen, but please do not leave us hanging. If you are not going to continue with the program, just let us know, okay? We're not going to come to your house and hunt you down or anything like that, but we would like to know, and we would like to really, because this is a lot of time. I do want to say this, it takes a lot of time out of your leader and you, so it's not just something that you're working on by yourself. So letting us know that if maybe if this is not the right time, or if you're not willing to put in that work, just let us know. And that's okay. You can come back in January when we start again. Okay. So these are activities that are going to get you to your goal, which is becoming a director. We will be meeting each week. We would love for you to be on live. This is really great. It's good to hear what other people are saying in the chat. It's great to see people face to face. We're going to be sharing struggles. We're going to be celebrating what is going on in your business. And so it's just nice to be on live. If you cannot make it, okay, I 100% understand. Work comes up, things happen. We are going to ask that you send notes to your director and me within 24 hours. If you are not able to, then we have something called a pass, and you have 2 of them. And if you cannot turn in the homework or the recording of your notes within 24 hours, then you will have to take a pass. If you take 2 passes, then you will be asked to leave the program. And this is just because it takes a lot of work and it takes time. And so we really want to work with people who are committed. So we have that 24 hours. They'll all be recorded. And if you need the recording, you can talk with your director. So every director will have it. It will not be posted in the group. Okay. So you have to go to your director and talk to them. So what we will cover like life and motivational skills, how to get bookings, how to be better at recruiting, and just basic skills that you need to get to become a director. So let's start talking about them, okay? There are 4 pillars that I believe and that I've been taught these, and I think that they are a good foundation for your business to be successful. They are belief, passion, skill, and will. And just like your house has a good foundation, when your house has a good foundation, then everything is stable, right? Sometimes if like you sit on a chair that has 3 legs, you fall over. So sometimes Amy's like, yes, that's what happens. You know, you can't sit at a table. Like we know when like tables are wobbly, it's usually because one of the legs is like shorter than the other, right? Well, we want to make sure that you have 4 strong pillars with your Pampered Chef business. So the first one I want to talk about is belief, okay? And belief is an idea that we hold true. So these are things that, you know, like belief in our products. Do you believe that we have the best cooking blender out there? Because I'm going to tell you, we do. Like, I will argue with you all day long about that. But I truly believe that. I believe that we have the best pressure cooker in the market. I've had other ones. I don't use them anymore. But do you believe that? Even if you don't have it, okay? There's research out there. There's people. There, you know, you can talk to people. But in belief in our products, in our company, do you believe that we have a wonderful compensation plan? There are so many people who are blessed by our compensation plan, even as just consultants. You don't have to spend anything, other than your website. But some people have to spend $100, $200, or more than that a month to even get to where they make money. And we don't. Do you believe in our host plan? I have hosted for other companies, and I'm always like, do I not get anything at $200? Like, I'm like, man, I worked hard for that $200. Did I get anything? So our host plan, a lot of plans, Pampered Chef spends so much money every single month on our host rewards, because a lot of companies do not do like the 60% off. Like, think about this month, 60% off in the catalog. You guys, 60% off of the knife block, of the quick cooker. Think about our most expensive items, and they can get those for a fraction of the cost. So Pampered Chef is spending a lot of money. Do you believe that our business opportunity is the best for people out there? If they were to be brought 2 companies and Pampered Chef with you or another company, do you believe that what you are offering them with Pampered Chef is the best? I do, or I wouldn't be here, right? I've done other things, and I can tell you that my belief is here. And then lastly, do you have belief in yourself? This is a hard one. This is such a huge one. And I'm going to tell you right now, leaders that are on this call, you need to have enough belief for your person they will meet you. Believe in them. And eventually they'll start there. They'll get to where you are. But guys, every single leader on here would not be working with you. I can guarantee it. They would not be working with you. They would not have said, hey, get on this. You need to be in this training. You need to be here, unless they 100% believed that you could do it. Okay. So I want to ask you to start believing in yourself if you don't. It's amazing to see people go from doubting themselves to really having that belief. So think about that. And I want to ask you, because this kind of goes along with it. This is my question. I kind of went off script, but I want to make sure I say this. Do you believe that you can be, do, have, and achieve anything you want in life? Do you believe that? Because not a lot of people do. I'm going to be really honest with you. So we want you to be proud out loud about our business opportunity and the power of what you have to offer others. Because you have the power to change others' lives, whether it's your hosts and customers from changing how they view the kitchen and cooking, or if it's the lives of the people on your team and helping them do things they never thought would be possible. Your beliefs determine your actions, and your actions are going to determine your results. So it kind of all starts with your belief. All right, so the second one is skill. And skill is the ability to do something well. So not everyone is born. I went to the Rachel Hollis Business Conference last week, and I can't tell you how many of those speakers said, I didn't know what I was doing. They're millionaires, and they did not, they're like, I had no idea. I started out doing something and I didn't like it, so I figured out how to do something else. This is one thing that Rachel Hollis told us, is she drilled, and she said, you can find out how to do anything you want for free. Just Google it. You can find out anything you want to for free. Just Google it. She said that over and over and over again. So if you are missing something, okay, in your skill set, whether it's booking parties or how to talk to people about recruiting, or maybe it's answering objections, maybe you hear a lot of no and you're just like kind of saying okay and leaving it there. It's a skill that you can develop on how to answer objections and how to change that no or that maybe into a solid yes and get a booking. But not everyone is just born with these skills. Some people are better at ones than others, and that's okay. But we have an amazing, amazing company who has given us so much training. If you are a consultant who's been with us before July 29th, you know of PC University, which that's being phased out because we have this wonderful thing called Dash now. And Dash is that little purple box. If you haven't clicked on it yet, please, please, please go click on it and give yourself a profile picture. We would rather see your face than a gray dot. But there's everything on Dash. They're adding things weekly. There's leadership training if you have recruited. There's new consultant training if you are brand new. There's product training. You can go take a training about the blender right now and find out everything you want to about the blender. But the thing is, it does you no good if you don't get on it and take the trainings, okay? So, excuse me. So there are a couple skills that we believe every consultant needs. And almost all of these, actually I think all of these you can find in Dash or on our team pages in some type of way, okay? So here's what they are: goal setting, bookings, how to get bookings, host coaching, how to do a good show. There's party training. We do a template. We have all kinds of things that you can do with parties, how to follow up. And then of course, the last one is recruiting. So you're probably, you like, I may have gone through that list and you're like, oh man, yeah, I need help with host coaching, or I'm not good at following up, or whatever it is. There are ways you can get better. Okay, so let's talk about how you can strengthen those skills. You can go through Dash. You can just like go through Dash, click on, like maybe it's host coaching. Just go search host coaching, and then you can take all of them about host coaching. Or you can listen to recorded workshops. Coffee Talk is my all-time favorite. It is I will post the link to the group and you can join it. And they have recorded trainings. I've gone all the way back to like 2017 and listened to trainings by people that I really like, or just like topics. Excuse me. So if I wanted to know like host coaching or bookings or whatever, you can go and you can find it and you can listen to 30-minute segments. So that might be good like while you're showering or while you're driving to work or something like that. You can go to our online groups, our Lemonade Brigade, the Baxter Believer page. We have tons of trainings. You can also look up past team meetings, and there are great trainings on those too. So the best way to improve is to act and to try something new, because who knows, that could be what you needed. So the third pillar is will. It's the accomplishment or the act of doing, either consciously or unconsciously. And it's the inner energy that propels or controls you and gets you off the couch. So will is your self-discipline. It's doing what you should be doing when you don't feel like it. That is one of the biggest things, is self-discipline is a habit. I think this is where I have been like focusing a lot of my time, because there's a lot of things that I put on my to-do list. I'm like, oh, that's not fun. Like, why would I want to do that right now? But when you are doing things, when you have a habit of doing something, it doesn't matter. And I'm probably going to use this forever because last weekend was life-changing. But so Rachel Hollis said, people get up every single day and go to a job they do not like. I know I did. For teaching was not fun those last couple of years. So people will get up and go to a job they do not like every single day. But rarely will people get up every day and do a habit or something, small that they don't like for a job that they love. Which it hit me because I was like, yeah, man, I would work until 9 o'clock doing lesson plans and then not enjoy going to my job the next day. So for my job that I love, Pampered Chef that I love, why am I not sending my booking messages? I love parties, but I'm not going to have any parties unless I send booking messages, right? So it's just those little things. It's the habits. It's the things that you do daily. It's how you are self-disciplined to make sure that you are doing those things that will get you to where you want to go. So self-discipline is what separates those who say they want to be successful from those who take action without making excuses and follow through. I can say all day long that I want to run a marathon, okay? You will not hear me say that though. But I could say that, and then if I don't get out and run, like, it does me no good, right? Who cares if I say it? People start saying, oh, Lindsay, saying that she wants to run a marathon, but I haven't seen her put on her shoes in 3 weeks. Like those, when your actions don't match what you're saying, people, it's just, the cycle. We all have, we've all been there too. So your desire to become a director needs to be bigger than your excuses. Your full-time job. Hold on just a second. I think my my oldest woke up my youngest, but my husband's in there, so it's all good. Okay. So your desire to become a director needs to be bigger than excuses. Your full-time job, your kid's schedule or activities, your limiting beliefs. Do you put a limit on what you believe that you can do? Have you only said you want to be a director because becoming an advanced director you think is not for you? Have you only said you're going to become an advanced director because becoming a senior director is not something you think you can do? Those are limiting beliefs. Aim higher. You can do way more than you think you can. Your directors now had a lot of those same excuses. We did. We all had excuses as to why we couldn't do this, as to why it wasn't for us. And it came down to a choice. Whether or not we chose to do what we knew could get us here, or we let our excuses kind of take the wheel. And that honestly, that choice is different for everyone. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes people have different excuses, and sometimes that's okay. All right. Like, there is not like a right or wrong way to do this, but I will tell you that if you let your excuses get in your way, you will never do it. Okay. So if you want this, there will have to be a time that you make the choice and you do it. Okay. So here's the saying, like, here's the quote that's down. It says, you can't make money and excuses at the same time. So you can't make money and do the things that are holding you back. Okay. So how can you strengthen your will? I'm going to tell you right here and right now to either go get the free book, and this is the first time I've shared this on here, Brendon Burchard's book, High Performance Habits, is amazing. There's a couple ways. He gives the books away for free. You pay shipping. Okay. I think shipping is like $6. I don't know, but the book on Amazon is like $17. So it's a no-brainer. Or you can go to his podcast. I don't remember what the podcast is. It's Brendon Burchard's High Performance Habits, and I will share that at the end. But on his podcast, I wish I could remember what it was. Well, anyways, you can go look up on the Apple app for podcasts. Just look up Brendon Burchard, and then it's season 4 of his podcast is his book on audio. Okay, so he basically gives it away for free. We got to hear him last weekend. I thought I was like a little fangirl. I was like, oh my gosh, you get to see Brendon Burchard. Anyways, he's amazing. He is, for those of you that this might matter, he's a believer. He's like this awesome guy that has like a family. Anyways, he's an amazing story. And he wrote this book because habits, and I truly believe this too. When you work on your habits, and you have good systems in place for your life, your business will fall into place too. So have systems in place that you will commit to doing daily. All right. If you think like, if you have no systems in place, start small. Start implementing 1 to 2 things a day. Okay. 10 booking messages, 5 recruiting messages, whatever. Start recruiting, or get up 30 minutes earlier. Like time can be an excuse for only as long as you allow it. Okay. You can get up 30 minutes earlier. I know this is something that's been hard for me because I've been sick lately, and like that 30 extra minutes is like my time, but it might be 30 extra minutes that might change your business, and then it could grow into an hour earlier. So reward yourself as well. If you notice like 5 days in a row, you've gotten up early, 30 minutes early, somehow reward yourself. Okay. Maybe it's a long bath with like a special bath bomb. That's like my go-to, and a face mask. Sometimes if you talk to me on Marco Polo, I will have a face mask on because I do them all the time. But when you're building these steps, they have to be something that either adds, like, is a benefit to you, like you personally or your business. Okay. So don't just do things to do them, but really be, really like have meaning behind them. It could be reading 10 pages in a professional development book, or going and listening to an episode of Brendon Burchard's book for free. Okay. Those could be ways that you are setting habits. Have an accountability partner. I would say either make your accountability partner someone who is working towards the current goal you are, or has already achieved that, so that they will push you. If you get an accountability partner who does not have your same goal or your will or whatever, kind of like in basketball, if you were the better team and you were playing a team that was not as good as you, sometimes like you'd hear your coach say, you're playing down. Stop playing down. Okay. So choose an accountability partner that won't let you play down. Okay. Let's see here. And okay, this is a big one. Take action even when you don't feel like it. Mel Brown is a great one. And she has the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wish I could remember like what exactly it's called, but she has a great TED Talk. And I think about this all the time when it's something I don't want to do, or something that I know is not going to be enjoyable. You can count down and say, okay, I'm going to give myself 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And you just get up and do it. And lastly, don't let negative Nellies get you down. Okay. They might be the person that you go to bed with at night. And that's okay. Sometimes other people need to see you build your belief in yourself before they do, but do not let them get you down. Do not let them make your choice for you. Okay. So we have belief. Let me go back up here. We've got belief, skill, will, and the last one is passion. If you are not passionate about this business, if you are not passionate about sharing it with others, then what is the point, guys? Passion is one of those things that you really have to have, and other people can see when you don't. And it goes kind of hand in hand with belief, because the more passionate I am about something, the more I believe in it, right? A lot of us have causes that are near and dear to us, and we are very passionate about them, and it's because we believe in them. So really kind of look at your passion and see where it is in this business, because, for me, I love helping people grow into leaders. My passion is not really in creating images for parties. I do it. I enjoy it. But it's not something I wake up every day and I'm like, oh my goodness, I get to make a template today. But I do find joy in Director Bounds. I do have fun, helping other people reach their goals. And that's where my passion lies. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to work on my skill and, work in developing templates, because it's a needed part. But people have different passions for different parts of the business. So you really need to decide what yours is. So as we wrap up, I want to just talk with you about expectations for this last, or for this next Director Bound. So we have asked you to work on booking 10 parties for November and December. The reason why we're requiring 10 parties is because I truly believe I've not worked with anyone yet who has had less than that on their schedule and promoted that month. Okay. So I truly think that is very important. If you do not have that on your schedule, then that is your JOB for the next 3 days, or today's Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, yeah, okay. So by Sunday, so that's 3 days, right? That is your job, to get those parties booked. And the way that I like to look at this is, if I'm going for 10 parties, I can look at my host list and I can say, all right, Rebecca, she's going to cancel on me. I just know it. She's not answering my messages. You know, she's not answering my texts, you know, whatever. I know. So I'm going to have another party to replace her. Look at your host lists, okay? You can tell, some of you are really new, so you probably know every single one of your hosts. So be honest with yourself, and then go out and get 4 more, or how many ever more you need. Go to those people. If you're super new and you haven't asked every single person who shares the same last name as you on Facebook, then that's where I would start. Okay? And tell them, say, I'm working on a huge goal, and it would mean so much to me if you could let me help you earn some amazing products this month. And then send them a date. Would the whatever work? Okay. We're also requiring 2 recruits at least. If you want to promote this month and you don't have anyone on your team, then that would be 5. But to stay in the program for next month, we are requiring at least 2 recruits, because your business should always be growing. And as leaders, you can never stop sharing this business and helping others, start their business as well. So we also require homework. Okay, it's not anything major. I'm not going to ask you to write an essay, but we are giving you just things that we really feel like it's nothing that we're not asking you to do busy work. Okay. I used to be a teacher and I hated busy work. So we're not asking you to do anything that we don't think will truly, bless your business. So the homework for this week, and I'm going to show you because it's going to be, let me see. Let me pull this up on it's going to be a little different. And I'm going to share with you what it's going to look like. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Okay, so everyone, some of you have gotten this email and some of you have not yet, because I haven't gone through everyone and sent this yet. But everyone is going to have a Google Doc that has their name at the top. This is my original one. And I'm going to ask that every week you fill this out, okay? And some of it just has some information. It's like your name, who's your director, your November host, your call 1 homework, and then your contacts. So what we're going to ask for this week, okay, is that you go back through your notes on the 4 pillars, and you tell us what your 2 strongest pillars are and why you believe that, and your 2 weakest pillars and why. And they could change. If you were in Director Brown last time, it may change. Maybe you got really good at one and now you're weaker in another. That's okay. Then we're also asking that you make 15 two-way contacts. I'm looking to make sure that's on there. Yep. And this is a two-way contact is when you message someone and they answer you. Okay. This is, it can be a yes, it can be a no, it can be a maybe, it can be check in with me later, it can be whatever, but the answer is there. Okay. And we want 15 of those. Now, that usually will mean that you have to send out more than 15 messages. I know it sure does for me. But we want to see them there, okay? And this is going to be a lot easier for your director and me personally, because I won't be getting a million messages on the day that homework is due. So we ask that you turn in this homework so it's Wednesday. We ask that you turn it in, I'm going to say Monday by 6 p.m. So this is Eastern Standard Time, okay? So I guess it'd be 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're in any other time zone, I will let you figure that out. But it should be on the Google Doc, I think a timestamp like of when it's last edited. So, you know, guys, even though I might stay up late, it's really hard sometimes to get tons of messages at like midnight. So this is just a really good way of, you know, if you have contacts, if you make contacts, jump on there and add 2 or 3 contacts at a time, okay? You can keep up with it like this, or you can do paper, but make sure that this is updated by Monday so that your director and I can go in and one of us will be starting a 3-way message with you and kind of checking in and following up and like, you know, making sure, you know, like, Cassie, I only saw that you had 10 contacts. What's going on? You know, like maybe she forgot to add them, you know, whatever. Or maybe she's like killing it. She did 30 and, you know, like, we're like, hey, that's amazing. You probably booked a ton of parties. So that is how we're going to be handling, like kind of the communication. You can always reach out, to me or your director and ask questions. We're going to start like a question thread in the Director Bound group. So, if you have any questions, please go there. You can ask them. Obviously, we want you in touch with your director because that's where all this is going to happen, okay? And I do ask too that you go to your director first. I love to help. I'm helping, I have my own first generation people on here, like my own personal team on here. And I love to help them. And your directors, every single director on our team and the specific one that you're working with probably knows all of the answers to your questions. They've gone through it. And if they don't, they will find the answer. So I do ask that you go to them first and just, you know, they're like your number one, and then I can be your number 2. Unless I am your number 1, then come to me. So I think, let me check the chat out real fast because I could not keep up with it. Let's see here. I know, Gayleen, we've had that conversation before. I'm going back. She says she's kicking herself for not making it happen during her first 90 days. That's okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Stop sacrificing sleep for this training. Yes, Cassie, it's, you know, that's okay. You recognize it and you can just say that you're not going to let it happen this time. All right. Thank you, Gayleen, for typing in his name. Brendan Burchard. Amazing. And Mel Robbins. All right, guys. If there are no questions, please get going. I will send, my goal tonight is to send out all of the Google Forms or the Google Docs. Your leader has probably asked you for your email. If you have not given that to them yet, please give that to them so they can send it my way. And that is all. Thank you so much for being on here, and we will see you next week. So let me end this.